Hi guys, so this is a part 2 to an early video that I did today on why black women are giving white police officers permission to kill black men. We have come to a crossroads, you guys, between two very important social causes, Black Lives Matter and women's rights. And it seems to me that both of those movements have reached an intersection, unfortunately, at a very unfortunate time. You know, it's one thing to say that you're for women's rights. It's another thing when you have to decide, you have to make a choice between if you're going to be for women's rights or if you're going to be for Black Lives Matter. It's like one should not have to choose. But here we are at a crossroads where the media has played a very important role at causing this divide within the black community, I think. And unfortunately, people within the black community have fallen victim to the bait. They've taken the bait of the media. Because the media, we know, has a way of putting a spin on a certain story. So here we have a story of an African-American male who was murdered at gunpoint by police. An innocent black man. He committed no crime. His life was taken away on March 18th. And the media, in an effort to save face for the police department, Sacramento, California Police Department, they are doing their best to spin the message. So what they're doing, what they've already done anyway, is they dug up parts of this man's social media profile on Twitter to discover that he was dating a woman outside of his race. He was dating an Asian woman. And he expressed his views on, some of his views anyway, on black women. And I want you guys who are watching, if you guys know the details of what he said, what Stephon Clark said with regard to African American women, feel free to comment below. But I don't think that should be our focus right now. You know, I think that's what the media wants us to focus on, unfortunately. They want to redirect our focus away from the real issue right here, which is a black life has been taken innocently. An innocent black life has been taken by the hands of white police officers. It doesn't matter if it was white or black, because I heard one of the officers was black. So it's not an issue of, oh, it was a white officer, it's a black officer, but I mean, race does play a role here. And it's unfortunate to see that yet another one has bit the dust. Yet another one of our African American men has been killed. And it's like we keep saying over again, this has to stop. This has to stop. This has to stop. But I'm wondering, how is it that putting a spin on this man's death, this man's murder, to get people to focus on the fact that he had a certain dating preference for women outside of his race, which is really that's something personal. That has nothing to do with his murder. But they're using that to redirect public opinion, to reshape public opinion, because they already know when in America a black person is killed by the police, they know the black community coming for them. They already know it's going to be an outrage, an uproar within the black community about what the hell is going on. You can't be doing this to our people. So they already know, they predicted that. They know that that's going to be the outcome. To twist the outcome, you get what I'm saying? To redirect people's attention and focus, what they decided to do, which I think is pretty clever, if you ask me, is to go and dig up the victim's history. He doesn't have a criminal history. They're digging up his personal history with regard to the kind of women he prefers to date, or he preferred to date, because he's dead, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Stephon Clark. Yes, everybody is quiet now. See, nobody ain't talking. You know, and I welcome people to comment on this post if you have a certain perspective. You know, if you're, because I'm a woman who's against domestic violence, I'm against men degrading women I absolutely hate it, you know, with a passion. But when it comes to injustice against black people, I know what's important. I know what I need to stand for. And I will never be so blinded by the media. You get this, because the media is a devil, you guys. The media has a way of twisting things. They have a way of shaping public opinion. And the thing about people, when they turn on their televisions and they get on their cell phones and they scroll through social media, the timeline, and they see that these news stories are coming from reputable sources. Reputable meaning that they're just mainstream. That's all reputable means in this context. They're mainstream sources. People don't want to debate what CNN has to say. They don't want to debate Fox News. They're like, you know what? They have a point. Instead of saying, wait a minute, why are y'all pulling this up? What does this have to do? You know, yes, personally, as a black woman, you know, for some black women, they're probably thinking, it's kind of fucked up, you know, that he had those ideas towards black women. But I feel like it goes deeper than his own personal preference. You get what I'm saying? And his personal preference is shaped still by the dominant culture in which we live in. We cannot forget that. We do live in a racist, white supremacist society that tries to condition people to believe that white is better. Anything outside of black is better and black is wrong, right? So it's like, hell, no wonder he was dating outside his race. That's probably where he felt that he belonged. That's probably where he felt safe. And unfortunately, him dating outside of his race could not save his black ass. They still killed his Asian girlfriend could not save him. But I know I can understand, empathize with a lot of black men. You know, I think some black women, they feel some kind of way, they feel insecure when they walk down the sidewalk or they are in public and they see a black man holding hands with another woman outside of their race. And they're like, I feel some kind of way, right? You feel insecure, you feel like you're not good enough. And I'm like, no, black women, a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It's about that man. It's about that man's own internal struggle that he has to deal with. He has to come to terms with. We all, as African Americans, deal with this internal struggle. But where do we fit in within the dominant culture? Are we black? Are we African American? Should we even identify ourselves as Africans, you know, or black people? Or should we just say we're American? Let people know how to identify themselves. It's an internal struggle of identity that we all face. That's my research study is on. You know, you guys know I'm a second-year PhD student, and my clinical focus and research focus is on studying implicit racial bias, but more importantly, black identity development, because that's how we are shaped. That's who we end up becoming. We go through these stages of identity development with respect to our race, with respect to our culture, how we identify ourselves, you know, and that changes. Who we were 10 years ago, the black person that we were 10 years ago is not going to be the black person that we are today. These events like this are what help shape our identity. So I can see how the media can put a spin on this news story, unfortunate news story, that really the focus should really be on how unjust our system is, how racially biased our policing is in America. That's what the focus should be on. But no, they've spent it so that they redirected people's focus and now have black women actually focusing on aspects of this man's life that have nothing to do with him being killed. Nothing to do with him being killed. And you have black women actually believing that he deserved it. Black women are saying, you know what? This man deserved to die. Because there's a lot of other factors that come into play. When you put an issue such as this man's dating preference being outside of African American, say he doesn't like black women, and you bring that to the forefront, and you create this whole narrative about this black man and paint him as if he wasn't no good anyway. They say that's one of the tactics that they use when it comes to try to kill somebody in war. And in military science, that's one of the tactics that they use. They will destroy the representation of that person first before they destroy them. So when they get ready to kill the person, they don't feel as guilty. They don't feel as bad. So that's what they're doing. They're setting the stage to pretty much make this case another case that is just brushed under the rug. You know, his death means nothing. You know, we're fighting for Black Lives Matter. We're saying Black Lives. What's all that protesting? How many of you watching this actually participated in a Black Lives Matter protest? Women I'm talking to. What is the point of walking out there holding signs screaming Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. You're just going to turn around and say, well, that one don't matter. That one doesn't matter. So basically what y'all are getting, what's happening is that y'all are being influenced, as Ebony Scott says, brainwashed by the white dominant culture, which we know controls the media, mainstream media. You guys are being influenced to believe that not necessarily all Black Lives Matter. So you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? The narrative used to be Black Lives Matter, right? That would encompass all Black lives. Now the narrative has changed to, wait a minute, not all y'all ass matter. Not all y'all black asses matter. Only some. Only a select few. That's kind of unfortunate. Exactly, Ebony. The message that they are communicating is Black Lives Matter only if he's with a Black woman. So the reason why I titled this video that Black women are giving white police officers permission to kill Black men, because essentially that's what you're doing. People, you don't realize, I think a lot of times we get so caught up in the hype, you know, social media. You get drawn in and you think it's a cool thing to go against the status quo. You know, so the status quo is for Black people to be fighting this injustice, and you feel like, oh, let me just do something different. Like the lady who made that video going off saying she's not going to protect Stephon Clark. For whatever reason, I think she's doing it just to get views, just to get attention, you know, because I'm like, do you really feel that way deep down inside? I mean, you may have a certain bitterness towards Black men based on your own previous experience with the Black men in your life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not undermining that being an issue. That is a social issue with Black men disrespecting Black women and mistreating Black women. That is an issue. That's a social issue. Just as important as white men killing Black men. My point being here is that an issue that we should address right now? There's a time and place for everything. And for the media to go and dig up that man's personal history and make it an issue, make it a topic of discussion, because they don't care. Anything for the media, how it works is anything that gets views. You get what I'm saying? They're winning. So their whole motive, their whole MO about how they go about delivering these stories and creating these stories is based on views. You guys have to understand that. They don't care who it offends. They don't care what's going to come out of it. You get what I'm saying? Because you're talking about you're impacting millions of people at one time. Millions of people are soaking in these news stories, hearing these news reporters bring to light this man's personal issues with regard to his dating preferences. They put this spin on it, not even caring about how it's going to impact. Knowing good and well, Black people swear by the news. Some Black people live for the news. They live for it. They cannot live without getting up every morning, turning on their television, and trying to see what the newsman got to say. It's like the newsman is God to a lot of Black people. So if the news media come with this story and come with a certain kind of angle, guess what Black people gonna do? They gonna listen to it. People are that much impacted by the media. They can't help it, you know, because people have trusted the media to bring to them honest news. But we can't do that no more. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to look at the effects of what's happening. What is going to be the end result of this? Now you have a whole slew of African American women who are they're absorbing what the media is putting out there. And they're like, you know what? I ain't think about that. No Black person would have ever known that this man was dating an Asian woman until the media brought it to the forefront and made it an issue. Such an irrelevant detail of the story. But they think it's so significant. And I'm like, you know what? There's a time and place to fight that kind of social issue. The issue of Black men disrespecting Black women. We have all these years that have gone by. All these months have gone by. And then now, boom, black man is killed by, unjustly, wrongfully killed by a white police officer, by these police department. And even just because there was a black police officer involved, don't mean his ass ain't racist too. Black officers are being trained to be racist. It's unfortunate. They do anything for that paycheck. You know? Sometimes it's even worse. They even more racist than their counterparts, who they partners, who they working with. You know? But to give the media that much power of this story to say, you know what? That issue of degradation towards women is more important to fight at this point in time, right now as we speak, than fighting against racism and police brutality of white men killing black men. Okay, so teacher says for the media it's about views and who buying their story to make money off. Unfortunately, people trust what's being told blindly. Exactly. And it's like, you guys have to question. I always do. First of all, I don't even watch television. I don't watch the media. It's crazy because, you guys, I just found out about this story like yesterday, I think, or today, just recently. Like, I just found out about this story. You know, it's been 2 weeks since this man has been dead, March 18th. And I just found out about it because I don't watch the news because I know it's full of crap. It's brainwashing. I don't like their perspectives. I want to hear the truth. I want to hear multiple perspectives to a story. You get what I'm saying? And nothing that's going to be negative. Nothing that's going to be like, here you see that they have a hidden agenda. You get what I'm saying? That's to disrupt the unity within the black community. Because what they're trying to do is create a divide, which they've done pretty successfully, between black men and black women. So it's no longer about black versus white, right? That would be the initial reaction to a shooting where you have a black life being taken. That was the initial reaction. That's the expected initial reaction of the people. They expect black people to go into protest mode and to really attack, the white dominant structure. But guess what they did? They didn't twist that thing, baby. They didn't twist that thing around so nice and so fine that in this particular situation, in this particular case, black people ain't even checking white people no more. They like, you know what? Let's check black men now. This is the perfect time to check black men and how disrespectful they've been towards us. Like I said, it's a time and place for everything. I feel like that's just such a disgrace. I feel so sad. Like I'm trying to hold back my tears, because this man is dead. He was innocent. He didn't commit a crime. They killed him. The focus should be on that. And for the media to try to redirect people's attention and make it about something that it should not be about, that's awful. That reminds me of what happened with Trayvon Martin. Innocent boy walking through his father's neighborhood, went to the store to get some freaking Skittles and an Arizona drink. And you got this racist man in his neighborhood and you have nothing else better to do but want to confront him. He was not a threat to nobody in the neighborhood, but because his skin color. Our skin is a threat to ignorant people. There's no other way to say it. I'm still trying to figure out what in the hell makes white people and people who are not black so fearful of us. Why are they so afraid? As if we're demons, as if we're just the most savagest people on earth. That is not, maybe we are. Maybe they know what's good for them, But I feel like a lot of that, there's no excuse. A lot of that is driven by hate. They hate us. It's not so much fear. Yes, they are afraid. We know white people are afraid of, a lot of white people are afraid of black people, unfortunately. Black people are afraid of black people, unfortunately, But I think a lot of it is hatred. To kill. You don't have to kill. Even if you targeting black men on the street thinking they are committing crimes, to jump to the point to kill a person, you can disable the person, but to kill them, that's going too far right there, That's how we at war, y'all. We can't ignore the fact that this is a strategic war against black people. And see, the women, they so caught up in women's rights and the whole spin that the media trying to put on the story, they don't even see that this is an attack against your ass too. Trust me, if they coming for black men, hello, we not immune. Black women think we get off scot-free. Think that it ain't gonna affect us. We good, right? Hell yeah, it affects us. I mean, look how many black men are in prison. Look how many black men already been killed. And you think this is not affecting us? You know it affects us. To me, that's the irony situation. We get mad. It makes no sense. So you get mad at so-called white women or women from other nationalities or other cultures taking our black men, right? But we're not mad at the police departments from taking the black men. That's kind of selfish. You don't want other women from other cultures taking our men, but you're saying that it's okay for police departments, armed police officers, to just randomly kill our men. If I had to choose between one or the other, Latinos and white and Asian women taking black men and loving them and creating families with them and keeping them happy, versus white police officers and racist police departments just randomly going out there targeting black men and killing them, I think I would choose the women. You get what I'm saying? So-called taking the man, because at least they're not killing them. Okay, we may not be able to have them, right? But at least they still alive. You get what I'm saying? At least part of their genetics is still being duplicated and passed on and reproduced. At least the black gene is still alive. You get what I'm saying? Versus when we're talking about police officers just wipes out a black man cold, just take him out. He out the game. He can't even reproduce. Part of him can't even go on. So if I had to choose between one and the other, I think I would rather have the man being taken by other women. He can do that. That's happening anyway. And if black women feel some kind of way, why now? Why now? You've been misled. You've been bamboozled by the media to think that's a more important issue to focus on. And I think for black people, it's more comforting. It affects the whole family structure. Exactly. It does. When black men are killed by the police, that's a breakdown in the whole entire family structure. At the end of the day, we can't make black men date us. We can't make black men choose us. You get what I'm saying? That's their own personal choice based on a lot of factors. And a lot of times ain't got nothing to do with black women. Black women, we know who we are. We know we're valuable. To see a black man walking on the street with a white woman, that should not make you feel less than who you are. To see that this man, Stephon Clark, was dating or married to or whatever he was, engaged to this Asian woman, that shouldn't make you feel less than who you are. We still beautiful. We know the movie just came out, Black Panther, Wakanda, promoting black strength and black identity. You get what I'm saying? African identity. Showing us in a good light. We should know, we know who we don't need a movie to tell us that, but that's just a reinforcer to say, we are strong people. We are very privileged. So just because a black man decides, okay, he wants to dibble and dabble and test the waters in different types of cultures, then that should not be a threat against us. What's a bigger threat is to see white people, police departments killing black men, because we next. We not immune. They targeting black men. They trying to disarm the family, like she said. They trying to break up the family structure, disarm us. And it's like no wonder, as a coping mechanism, black women see another atrocity has happened to one of our own, and this is our way to cope with it, to divert our attention away from the real issue, to try to rationalize and give excuses for why this man deserved it. because he dated outside his race, or because he had some self-hate, some identity issues going on within himself. The man looked like he was young in his 20s, so of course you got some identity issues. That's a prime time to have them. Like I said, I'm in my second year with PhD program, so my focus is my research focus and clinical focus is on looking at Black identity development. I've said that over and over and over again to you guys. That is my focus. That's my passion, because this concept here is serious, you guys. We are all impacted by white supremacy. People want to say, "Oh, that Black person's so whitewashed." Hell, we all are. It's all on the spectrum. It's just how much are we? To what degree are we whitewashed? We are all affected by this system. His expression of being whitewashed was dating outside his race. Another Black person's expression of being whitewashed might be going to a predominantly white institution. Another Black person's expression of being whitewashed may be choosing to shop at white stores, white-owned stores, or white-operated businesses. We all have our weaknesses when it comes to Black power, So to say this man deserved it, that's to say that we all deserve to be killed because of a certain degree of whitewashing that we have been succumbed to. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're all just trying to survive. His decision to date or mate with an Asian woman, that's his adaptive mechanism in this white racist context that we live in. That's probably for him what makes him feel secure. Unfortunately, obviously he wasn't secure, but you have to think about psychologically, why do Black men do that? Don't look at it like, oh, they don't like us, they hate us. No. A lot of times you may hear statements like that from Black men, and that's just to make themselves feel better, but you guys got to know the root. Know the truth. Know that that's nothing. Don't listen to, Black men, the narrative of Black men that say, oh, Black women are argumentative, Black women are feisty, Black women are dramatic, they loud, all of these negative stereotypes. Don't listen. A lot of times that's just their excuse to make them feel better, because they're really hiding behind the truth. Because they know deep down inside it's an internal struggle that they have to deal with every single day and night. You get what I'm saying? When they are sleeping with this person that is not of their identity. That's something that they have to deal with. Don't take it as a threat against you. Now, yes, it's an issue, I think, that does need to be addressed when you have Black men publicly going out and saying Black women ain't shit. Yeah, you need to be checked. And I was trying to think of the man's name, the YouTuber's name, Tommy Sotomayor, I think. It's his name, but he's a popular YouTuber that loves to bash Black women. Like, he seems like he don't have nothing good to say out his mouth. And you wonder, how in the hell could you have so much hatred towards Black women? But it's like, a lot of times that hatred stems from their mother. I made a video on this the other day. You guys go back and watch it, why Black men hate their mothers. But a lot of times it stems from the mother had this hate and bitterness, and it's just passed on to the child, and he passing on to other Black women. It's a cycle, but don't take it as a personal attack against you, Black women. When you see a Black man dating a white woman, I'm single. I've been single since October 2017. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be all right. I see Black men. I live in Hollywood, California. So y'all know I come across a lot of interracial couples. And I'm talking about where it's a Black man and a woman that don't look nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Don't look nothing like Black people, right? Black man with a woman that's outside his race. I see that all the time, y'all, where I live. And if I was to take the approach to say that Black men are with white women because they think they better, y'all know how beaten up inside I would be. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, you know what, at the end of the day, that's what makes him happy. That's where he is at in his life right now. Who knows? That may change. But that's something that man who marries that white woman has to deal with. I feel like the person that's for me is going to come around for me. That's not for me to go and attack a Black man. And it damn sure ain't for me if I see a Black man get killed and he was with a white woman to say, oh, he deserved it. That's on, especially knowing that this white man took his life for a reason and got shit to do with that. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe you're dead. Maybe the police department got an inside on this man and know that he was dating an Asian. And they like, oh, let's go get this man because he dating our women. Who knows? Maybe it's a retaliation from white men. You know, but it seemed like to me, from what I observed, white men don't seem to care about black men. They don't seem. That's not really one of their struggles. I don't think that ain't really a social issue for them. If it is, white men, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see that much of a bigger issue that white men is like, oh, the black men are taking our women. You know, because they got plenty of women to choose from. All these white people that live in America, millions and millions and millions of white people. We know we the minority. And we know most of ours is in jail or dead, you know, or turning gay. So I think that's why black women are so on edge about it. They're like, wait a minute, we ain't got that many good men to choose from anyway. And now you gonna see a black man with a white woman? Oh, hell no. You know? And it's like, for that black woman to get on social media and make that video, I'm glad she did, because it's good that women, I think it's good for anybody, male or female, white or black, Asian or whatever you are, to voice how you really feel. To put it out there, it's good, you know. It's more dangerous for people to walk around and with these fake fronts on, you know, giving a certain persona, and then they think something else is going on. So I think you should really be thankful that we have social media, and that people feel very comfortable enough to go to social media and really express themselves and say how they feel. Because I felt like when she said, that's how she feel. That woman, and I shared the video on my page, but when that black woman went off and said, I'm not going to protect Stephon Clark, that's how she really feel on the inside. I believe she was speaking 100% truth on how she feel based on her own personal experiences, you know, with dating black men, you know, or being mistreated by black men. She's like, you know, I'm tired. And then to hear the media put it out there to say this black man was just another black man who didn't care about black women, yeah, that was ice on the cake. That pretty much made it easier for her, along with other black men, to follow in her footsteps and say, you know what, he deserved it, fuck it. All I'm saying in this video is to say that we got to be careful with that response. We don't want to put out to the media that we don't care about our black men being killed. If anything, I think we've been doing a pretty good job at letting the media and the world know that Black Lives Matter, and y'all better watch out, you know, because every time a situation like this happens, we're going to stand up and fight. And I think that's the very reason why they want to put a spin on it. Like I say, it's a very strategic move they made. It's a chess move that the media, in cahoots with the police department of Sacramento, made to change the narrative so that black people aren't as outraged. Notice how at first, when it first happened, Black Lives Matter was like this. And then over time, that fist, it loosens up. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're attacking the Black Lives Matter movement. They're breaking it down. Before you know it, there ain't gonna be no Black Lives Matter movement, because people are like, what the fuck were we fighting for? People gonna feel like, number one, you're taking a risk to fight for black lives because the FBI has already put a label on black extremists. All that is black people who really, really do identify themselves strongly with the African culture, the black culture, to the point that they're probably willing to lose their life for it. But the FBI has put a label on it to say, wait a minute, these people aren't really just, you know, people who are passionate about their culture. These are people who are terrorists, who pose a risk, a threat, a danger to society. So they label such people within the Black Lives Matter movement as black extremists. When the FBI puts a label on you, better believe they are watching your every move. That's why I believe Dr. Umar Johnson is under attack. They ain't playing, y'all. That's one way they're attacking the Black Lives Matter movement. And here's another way for them to twist the narrative and to redirect black women's focus and to turn it against this man. Had nobody known this man was dating an Asian, nobody would even care. People would have been more focused on, this is a wrongful death. Now it seems people are more focused on, oh no, he dated an Asian woman, so no, his life don't matter. To me, that got to be the most dumbest thing ever. Because if that's the case, if we communicate, I'm about to end this video because I got to go home, but if we communicate that message through the media, because social media is media, And it has just as much power as CNN, as Fox. So understand this: when things are spread across social media, across Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and we keep sharing these posts, and women are responding, they're being influenced by this ideology to think somehow that, number one, you should use this platform of this man's death, this man's murder. We should use that same platform to now jump on top. Let's jump on top of that platform and let's take over, redirect the focus, redirect the narrative to focus on women's rights. I say that's so rude. That's really unfortunate. They hijack the movement. Do you see how the Black Lives Matter movement is being hijacked? Not to say women's rights is not important. Both are just equally important. But come on, we have to realize there's a time and place for everything. For black women to say, okay, now is the time to confront black men for disrespecting us, for degrading us around this man's death, this black man's death, who was wrongly killed by the police. If the media take a look at that and see the response and say, you know what, that actually worked. Look at what happened. Black women turn against black men. Now we got to fight against each other. Now we got the focus away from the injustice, away from the police brutality and the racism where it should be. And now we got them fighting each other. If they learn that, which they're already learning that because that's what's happening, that's what we see, they're going to say, okay, it was effective. When people, it's not hard to understand the concept of conditioning. If people learn something, you learn something by something being reinforced, so if they see that, okay, there was a mistake that happened. They say it was a mistake, how they like to frame it. It was a mistake, right? The police didn't mean to do it. They just made a mistake. All these goddamn mistakes. You'd think by now they would know how to prevent these mistakes from happening. Let's go with their narrative. Okay, it was a mistake. And they realize how they can clean such a mistake up by simply redirecting people's attention to a matter of factor that ain't even significant to the issue. It's significant, all right, but not to this issue that we're talking about right here. Bring that shit up later, after this. Don't sit up here and try to steal attention away from what the focus needs to be. And now you got people who turned away from fighting for this man, whose initial reaction would have been to fight, to stand with other black men and women across America to fight against this injustice. Those same people who would have fought, they're like, I ain't fighting. I'm fighting for women, black women. And my thing is this, I'm like, y'all think that that's going to get y'all what you're looking for, right? So just like how black women, I think, use child support. You think, okay, now I have this thing now I can kind of use to manipulate. You're trying to manipulate black men into respecting you by saying you're not going to defend the black man against white racist police officers. You think somehow that's going to get black men to respect you? Come on. Y'all know that shit isn't effective. You can't manipulate no black man like that. It ain't. It can't. It's not working. Y'all women know that. You try to get pregnant by a black man, think you're going to be able to manipulate him to stay with you, and it only made your life worse. Not to say a baby is not a blessing, but come on, how did that work out for you, as Dr. Phil would say? How is that working out for you? Try to get a man, pin a man up, with child support, and try to use the system, use the white man against the black man. That you think that make black men love black women more? Or it's like in black women's mind, like, I'm gonna teach them a lesson. Let's teach these black men a lesson. Take them, put them on child support. I'm gonna teach them a lesson. What is that? What's the end result of that? That ain't make black men respect black women even more. No, that make black men be just like Stefan created that same idea he has. Fuck black women. You know, them bitches ain't shit. They gonna sit up here and kick us out and bring the white man in, you know, to take care of them and their babies. They don't care about us, so fuck them. We're gonna check out, see what's going on with the Latino women. It's common sense, you know. It ain't about, oh, some people like to make it seem as though if it's about hate. Black men hate black women. Sometimes it's just about adaptation, survival. You got black women just like fuck black men, and you got black men somehow see what's happening, right? They see what's happening in the black community, where a lot of black women, perceivably, it seems as though black women are kind of getting pregnant by black men and using the baby as a way to manipulate and to control the situation, and then use child support against black men. Who the fuck want to deal with that? I'm a woman, but I'm like, hell, if I'm a man, I don't even think I would want to deal with that. I'd be like, I would at least take caution to say, wait a minute, you know, making sure that, okay, this black woman, if I'm a man, making sure this black woman ain't gonna do me like all these other black women are doing, you know, black men. It's a protective mechanism. It's a defense mechanism. So when you got black men that decide, okay, I'm just gonna look only at white women, and in their mind they think it's better. Not to say it is, but in their mind they're thinking, okay, it's something different, you know, so they're just taking a chance, you know, that's all it is. And then when a white man get a hold of a black man, of course they're going to value them. Of course they're going to worship them, you know, because the black man, more often than not, has something that the white man don't have. We know what we got, and our power is more than just between our legs. You know, we know the intrinsic power that we have within our spirit. Africa is strong. African strong. You get what I'm saying? White women know that. It just takes black women to recognize that. You know, and to really start loving on black men. And to love black men to health. Because we know both black men and women have been damaged by this system. Racism. Come on, look at our history, y'all. Go back. We got to go back and look at the generations that we've come from, to be able to understand why is it that black people have this freaking thing against each other. You get what I'm saying? Why do we have this certain bitterness towards each other, this lack of trust towards each other, this hatred towards each other? And we gotta love each other. Love that hatred away. A lot of us got self-hate. We can't make it seem like we don't. In my last video, I said, you know what? I might develop a scale, a measure, to assess how much self-hate black people have within themselves. Because I feel like, to a certain extent, we all got a little bit of hate in us. Especially if you're a descendant of a slave, which most of us are, you know, and we live, born and raised in this country we call America. All of us got a certain degree of self-hate. A lot of black people try to say, oh, black pride this, and wearing the sheepies and all of that. When the truth of the matter is, the ones who scream black power the loudest be the ones who got the most self-hate. And you end up finding they end up being, thinking that, you know, the white ice is better. To each his own. You know, people make that, that's the life they have to live with. You know, but when it comes to black life, that's what I'm going to end on saying this. When it comes to black life, y'all, we got to stick together. We got to understand that this is a fight. It don't matter if a person is gay. Don't let sexuality, or don't let dating preference, you know, stir us away from the real fight that we here are trying to fight. And we've been in this thing for a long time. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not communicate the message to the masses that only certain lives matter, only certain black lives matter. Come on now, y'all. We already divided. So what we gonna have now? So now y'all want to go with the narrative that, okay, only certain lives matter. So what we gonna have? A gay black lives matter? Or interracial dating black lives matter? Just for the people who think that it's okay to date outside. All this division. You see all that many different sects that we're going to create within the Black Lives Matter movement. All these different groups. Just can't even come together as one cohesive group for one cause, which will be to promote black empowerment, black life. We can't even do that. You know, so we got to be segmented. You know, because we're like, okay, those black people over there, they different than us, you know. I don't agree with what that black person doing. So I'm not gonna support and defend their life. I'm not gonna protest if they get wrongfully killed by the police based on the color of their skin solely. I'm not gonna fight for them because they're over there doing that funny gay stuff, you know. Or I ain't gonna fight for this black man because he over here with a white woman. It's just like, no, a black person is a black person is a black person. You get what I'm saying? And especially if that black person is being killed, you know they're killing us just because of our skin color. We got to do better, y'all. I'm about to go to end this video, but we got to do better. You feel what I'm saying? We can't go out like that. We can't let them see that we just so divided, you know, that we can't even stick together on something as simple as our own lives. Like, come on, you know? Even if this man created videos saying, fuck black women, I hate black women, da, 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 da. Even still, y'all, somebody got to be the bigger person in the situation. And to step up and say, you know what? No, he didn't have the best perspective of black women. But he's still a black man. And it still communicates a message overall when you have police that randomly target black men and take them out. And because it's in the media, our response to this stuff matters. How we respond on social media to what happened, it matters, you guys. It matters. So let's not send that message that only certain Black lives matter. I gotta go. But feel free to leave your comments below. I can't change the way y'all think. Y'all gonna think the way y'all think regardless. I'm just saying. It could be you next. And what they gonna say then? You know, oh, let's go dig up something about you and give the black community a reason not to fight for your life. How about that?